The year was 1979, and all the world was caught up in disco and Star Wars. But in Louisville, something was happening. A young entrepreneur named Ben had a vision to be the best record store in all of the city. Fast forward to 2023, and Better Days Records is still going strong. Still, after all these years, owned by the same guy. We have had some trips and falls along the way, but so does life, and Better Days is here to stay. With two awesome locations at 921 Barrett Avenue and at 2600 West Broadway, Better Days are surely in your future.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Alehorn. Today I'm joined by the Metal Forge maestro himself, Mark Jackson. And our topic today is a 4th of July themed topic. It is our best or our top 4 American metal bands with certain criteria. No big 4 bands, nothing like that. It's all underground bands. So guys who are just playing like clubs or early slots on festivals and stuff like that. So that's the criteria for today. So no bands that start with M, no big 4 bands, like I said, no commercial radio bands, stuff like that. This is strictly underground or below, if you want to go with the Overkill title from their seminal mid-90s album of some time ago.
Yeah. And well, I think what it really is, you've got to put a limit on it, because if you don't, then there's going to be like, you can't have Kiss and AC/DC and all of those guys,
right?
Because they've had their day in the sun. Lots of them.
Yeah. Well, AC/DC wouldn't qualify anyway because.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yes.
Bigger. Yeah, because they're from down under.
Yes. Yeah. So, all right, Mark. Well, since you're the guest of this week, I guess I'll let you go first with your first choice.
All right. So, as Rick Beato says when he gets to his top 5 of any list, honestly, any one of these could have been in the number 1 spot.
Yeah.
Like, there is so many, there's so many fucking awesome bands, and I've had so many of them on the show,
Yeah.
But I'm going to go number 4 here, and I'm going to say Bewitcher.
Okay, that's a good one.
Cursed Be Thy Kingdom is such a great album.
Yeah.
Like, for me, it's 100% every single time. I don't have a track to skip.
Yeah.
It flows so well, and everything else, and that for being their 3rd album, I mean, it is like firing on all cylinders. I am excited to see what's coming up next.
Yep. We had the pleasure opening for them with Holy Grail and the band Striker from Canada. They were cool guys. Also, let's mention where they're from when we do the list. So they're from Portland, Oregon.
They are from the PDX.
Yes.
Which, you know what I've said about it.
Cool trio. If you like just like really nasty, like thrashy rock and roll stuff, it should be right up your alley if you're into that kind of stuff.
And yeah, absolutely. And with the Portland thing, that's a whole other subject to talk about on another show.
Yeah.
Because of like the whole decriminalization of all drugs and shit. And there's so many fucking awesome bands from there.
Makes you wonder, like, what's going on,
I know, right?
Maybe the connection
it's like a running tally. I think I'm going to make a playlist of the PDX playlist.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, my number 4 is also a West Coast band. I chose the band Night from Yeah. Although I'm not sure if it counts though, because the singer Van is actually from Greece, but the band is US based, so I'm going with Night, Nite.
But I believe Van is actually there too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really kind of like citizenship. I don't know what the status is. I'm sure he's good if he has a job as a teacher. But I'm just saying, like, they're based out of San Francisco, so I'm going. That's still in America, last I heard. So I'm gonna go with Night. For my, actually, I don't have any order really. I'm just going top 4 in any order that comes up.
That's what I said. Yeah, any number of these bands could have been in the number 1 spot given on any given day.
Yeah.
But yeah, Night, absolutely. What is it? Voices of the Cronian Moon?
Yes.
And the first album, I love the first album because, for one, I am a sucker for a great fucking foil gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
And that first album on the CD, anyways, has the foil gimmick on there. And I think it's great.
Yeah, I do too. Like, I remember him saying like the first album released during COVID. So like the second album is like kind of like a tour from the first and second albums now.
Yes. Yeah.
When they play shows.
Metal Forge.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool band though.
Great choice.
Yeah, it's like if I had to describe it, it's like trad metal with like a ghoulish Lemmy. That's what it sounds like to me.
Right.
Yeah. And that's not even a bad thing. Like his it's more like his phrasing or like pronunciation, like the way he ends lines is very Lemmy-esque.
Yes.
But he sings at such a low register that it's almost like Lemmy from the grave.
It's a black metal Lemmy.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Is about what it is. Yeah, totally cool. And such awesome dudes to talk to.
Yeah, so I had when I had him on the Alehorn before you had him on the Metal Forge, I had the 2 guitar player, Van, the other guitar player, and a bassist, and you had the drummer, no bassist.
Yes.
So if you want to get to know this band really well, just listen to both past episodes featuring Night on our podcast, and you can pretty much get the whole spectrum of what this band's about. And if you're into Greek food, I talked to Van about Greek food for about the last 15 minutes because I am a big Greek food fan and just want to know what the legit stuff was. Like, is the American Greek kind of like Tex-Mex when it like comes to Mexican food, or like what do I need to look for the authentic Greek food experience? And it sounds like I've had a pretty good sampling of the real deal without having to go to Greece. So really don't know how we got involved in food on this one, but there we are.
No, absolutely. No, it's great. And, they're actually considered blackened heavy metal.
Yeah.
Is what they are.
You had a thing. This is another topic for another day, but you had a discussion about micro genres.
Yes.
On a past episode, I have an opinion about micro genres, but we'll say that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. That's going to be one of the things. So my number 3 that I'm going to pick, and going with the Night chain here, Scott Hoffman, the guitar player, is also in my number 3 band, High Spirits.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Out of Chicago, Illinois, the Windy City. A nice metal home now. There's a lot of cool bands coming from Chicago. But yeah, High Spirits, just because they're always consummate professionals. Every time I've talked to anybody from that band, and I absolutely love, Chris and Bobby and all of those people, and I like the music too. I still like Lonely Nights. I think it's my favorite High Spirits song.
Okay. Let's see. I haven't seen if I listened to that before. I don't know. It doesn't sound familiar, but I listen to a lot of stuff and don't remember the names. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But that EP really continues to circle my playlist.
It's always there, huh?
Yep. It's always in the list. So definitely High Spirits for me. High Spirits.
Nice. So I'm going to go East Coast for my number 3. I'm going from the Philly area, the band Sumerlands. So this is a side project of the band Eternal Champion. They have 2 albums out with 2 different singers. The first one was a Seventh Seal, and then this one is it's eluding me here. Dream Killer. Yeah, Dream Killer. So I was a pretty big fan of the first album. I'll say their singer was pretty unique, or is pretty unique in on that album. But listening to this second album, I think this new singer is much better for this band.
Right.
I haven't heard him sing the old stuff before, so I don't really know how that would go. But the new album is one of those albums to me where like you don't skip any tracks. You start it from track one, and then you just end it on the last track. You listen all the way through. It's pretty short. It doesn't waste your time. It respects your time. You know, it gets out of the way. If you like, if you're a fan of like guitar chords placed in a perfect spot, this band is probably one of the best out there. Not even the filler stuff with the solos and the harmonies. I'm just talking like just the guitar chords they pick. It's like,
yeah,
dude, this
is
like
just like that.
Yeah,
it's got a like a like Blue Oyster Cult could do that.
Yeah.
They could pick up guitar parts, and you know, in like the whole new wave of traditional heavy metal, it really does come down to like those two bands of Oyster Cult and Judas Priest.
Yeah,
that's really the big and just those ringing chords and
and I'll say this is probably the only the new wave of trad bands that actually has a lot of R&B influence in it in a weird way. A lot of the slower songs are very like R&B sounding stuff. Like I even had a lady tell me it sounded like baby making music one time when I was listening to it, and I shut that shit down real quick. She was kind of weird, but I was like, you know, you're not wrong, but you're wrong saying that to me because
that's
I'm married
great.
And you're old as shit. So
Superlands is baby making.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck did you just say to me?
That's awesome. Yeah. I need to go back and revisit the entire discography from them.
Well, there's only two. So, and there's a there's a couple bonus tracks on Spotify from like some acoustic stuff and like the leftover song you can find.
Yeah,
but the album is only two albums.
And they do have a couple of singles that are out too, from what I'm reading. So yeah, but they've been around since 2013, which is awesome. So
yeah, I mean, it's a pretty slow output though. We went full albums out, but perfection takes time, man. What can you say? Like the new album, seriously, like if it came out, it was my top album last year, and it could have been my top album this year if I could get away with it. It's right. I listen to it all the time.
I totally get that. So my number two. Yeah, so I'm going to go all the way to the East Coast on my number two here is going to be, and not because I just seen them a couple of days ago, Shadowland from New York.
Right.
Just because, you know, they frequent my player just as much as High Spirits and Bewitcher does. And, you know, they write catchy fucking music that I love. You know, Tanya's vocals are just so great, and they fit that band so well. And just even her live performance is great. You know, they do the dual lead stuff, and you know, they do the like what you're talking about too, like with the chords and the melody. It's not like a, you know, it's always different from the song, you know, and it clashes a lot. And I like that because she uses her voice as an actual, like almost like a percussive instrument sometimes.
Sure.
Like with a march fucking dun, 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 like a march melody of her voice, you know, it's very rhythmic.
Right. Yeah, I can't say I'm too familiar with them, but I'll put them on my playlist and put them in rotation. Check them out.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, my number two, I'm shooting down to Texas for this one. From, I think, Austin, to be exact. I don't really know for sure, but Yes, Austin, Texas. So I'm going Spirit Adrift.
Ah.
Yes. So this guy, Nate Garrett, was in Gate Creeper for a while. Totally pretty much changed genres and styles, guitar playing styles completely, really from what Gate Creeper was. And I'm gonna go out and say that this guy Nate is probably our generation's John Fogerty. Every song he writes is pretty goddamn solid and fucking catchy.
Yeah, it is.
No shit. Like it's incredible, like how much he puts out in a short amount of time and how quality it stays. It's unreal, man. Like how many good riffs this guy just writes and puts out and records. And he has another album, or they have another album coming out in August. I'm pretty excited about. They released a track called Barn Burner, which is pretty damn descriptive of the song. And Mark got a chance to see him a couple months ago with Midnight.
About 2 months ago.
Yeah, I haven't seen him yet because they don't come to see me for some reason. Maybe I should send him a Christmas card, tell him to come visit, or something, you know. But
yeah, you did see them.
I haven't seen them yet. No, they come around. They come near me, but they won't come to me. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
like they're always like a few hours away, Raleigh or Greenville. Which Greenville isn't too far away, but the traffic sucks, so it might as well be a day trip for me.
Right.
Or like, yeah, or just they're always nearby but never come to me. Hopefully that will change pretty soon. I hope. Maybe if he hears this podcast, like, oh shit, we could go to Asheville. I got one fan there at least that will pay to come see me.
And sell one ticket anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Pre-sale even, I'm talking. But
yeah, so the new album is called Ghost at the Gallows.
Yes.
And the cover art is amazing.
Yeah.
The owl and the tombstone, like with the dead, like the carcass there.
Yep. Oh, the album Spirits to Eternity. I think that's it. Spirits to Eternity.
Enlightened in Eternity.
Enlightened in Eternity. That's right. I have that on vinyl. It's fucking immaculate front to back. They put out some EPs every once in a while too. Like it seems like I get something from them every year, regardless. The last thing they put out was a cover album with 2 original songs. The 2 original songs were awesome. The covers were good.
Now he's been on the Alehorn.
No, I have not had him.
Oh, I thought you had.
I've tried, but I never got any responses.
Yeah, same here. The interesting thing is like Enlightened in Eternity. I don't know if you get it or not, but like I totally do. And seriously, everybody, go look at that album cover and tell me if you understand what it is.
Let me look at it again if I can find it here real quick. I for a while I was doing album cover photo shoots with toys in it before everyone else started doing it too. And I have one with He-Man in that album leading the charge with the Sword of Power. I need to send that to you.
Yes, you should.
I also have a pretty cool black and white Skeletor one with the Merciful Fate, the yellow Merciful Fate album.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like black and white, and it looks really cool. I need to send those to you. And
hell yeah, it's Against the Wind.
Let me see if I can find it real quick. There it is. And
you can always cut all that out.
No, it's fine. So here's the album cover. Well, shit, the glare is.
Yeah, the glare.
Yeah, there's no saving that. But yeah, dude, if you're into like really catchy metal, that's not like lame or like commercially overproduced or anything like that, then yeah, this band, you should definitely check this band out. You can pretty much start anywhere. Go forward, go backwards. It's all good.
Dude, it is. But yeah, man, like that album, Enlightened in Eternity is Against the Wind.
Yeah, I did not get that. I'll have to look at the comparison.
There you go.
See what I got here. I got mail.
You've got mail.
Oh, nice. Okay. The Bob Seger Against the Wind. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at them side by side.
Oh, I get it now. I'm not really a huge Bob Seger fan, so I didn't really have that in my memory bank per se. So Yeah, there's that.
I see what they did there.
All right, Mark, what's your number one? I
Number,
know, but go ahead.
actually, I'm going to give an honorable mention.
Okay.
Because we'd originally had talked about doing a top 5, and I was like, fuck top 5, do top 4 for, you know, the 4th of July type shit. So I am going to do an honorable mention, and it is Midnight.
Okay. 20 years of sleeves going on right now.
No, and that's the tour that I saw him on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Midnight on that because it's on the honorable mention. So, yep. But my number one, who did you think it is?
Well, go ahead. I'll tell you.
No, that's not how this works because you can always change your answer.
Okay, I have the CD in my hand. If this is what it is, then I'll throw the CD up just to show you. But if it's not, then I won't throw the CD up.
Okay. No, if it's who it is, throw the CD up.
Go ahead. Yeah, I don't say it.
From Fresno, California.
Right.
Haunt.
Okay. I will not throw the CD up.
Who was the CD of?
No, go ahead. I'll get to my number one after you get done with Haunt.
Okay. No, just because, again, there's catchy tunes. It's all stuff that frequents the discography a lot, that's in the American list here,
Yep.
So I dig them. It's awesome stuff. And, which is cool because I picked 2 bands where it's basically just one person doing everything in both bands, and they have a band. But yeah, shout outs to Trevor. We move at Better Days. They move a fuck ton of Haunt albums. I order from him about every 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
And, I'll order 20 or 30 records and we'll sell them all. So,
yeah, cool.
So, yeah, we need him back here in Louisville.
Yeah, it just sucks that everything's so far away. Yeah, seems like takes time to get around. All right, well, I'm going with Haunt's tour mates on this one.
Night Demon.
Yes. Now, I will say that I am a fan of the band, big time. Probably for 2 reasons. One is I love their music, obviously. Second one is I actually know Jarvis somewhat. He stayed at my house when they were touring for Curse of the Damned. I got him a show. We played 3 shows with them. They played my festival, Steel and Stone. Made it kind of legit in a way that they played my festival, stuff like that. So I got a soft spot, but no, seriously, take all that away though. And I love the music. The first EP is still my favorite. The 4 songs, original songs. Ancient Evil, probably my favorite out of the 4, but they're all good. And really, there's no bad songs on any of their albums. I would say Year of the Demon collection is probably the least favorite of mine.
Right.
Only because it was just like a collection, not really an album. Like this is an album. Like this concept album.
Yeah, well, that's the concept.
It's like 33 minutes or something like that. Really short, really good, really right to the point.
Yes.
So
dude,
yeah,
Outsider is great. I mean, I put it on and I was blown the fuck away. I was like, holy shit, this is such a great album.
Yeah. And the thing about this album is it doesn't really have any killer tracks per se. There's not one track about, man, you gotta listen to this track. No. The whole thing is just one immaculate piece of work.
Yeah.
You just gotta listen to it from start to finish. Not counting the bonus track. I don't really think the bonus track fits in well. That's on Spotify and the CD, but if you listen to the vinyl, it doesn't have the bonus track on it. It's just the 8 songs. And news update. I finally owned the damn vinyl. Now my box set came in. And one of these days, this is just a preview of my next unsleeved. One of these days, I'm gonna listen to this album, and I'm gonna cut some crackers and cheese on this fucking party mirror. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you took it out of the sleeve though.
Yeah, I'll clear right back in because it's right here.
Oh, okay, right on.
I don't want to show off. I don't want to show off too much of the unsleeve coming up, whenever it's scheduled to premiere. But
yeah, I know. Like my next one, I think I've already got.
Like, when is that? I did it so long ago. But yeah, so my next on sleeve is the Outsider box set. So that's a
couple
I was
weeks.
pretty excited to get it. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, not just because I know Jarvis or Armand or Dusty, who's no longer with the band. I am seriously a fan of the band. So
I'm curious to see how Brian is going to, change the dynamic on when the next writing session and album comes out.
Well, I was listening to their podcast, and especially interested about the one where the circumstances why Dusty left. And then the next one where the new drummer was talking about coming in, and they played like a lot of clips of him drumming in other bands. And as awesome as Dusty is, like I think this new guy, which his name is Brian Wilson, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think this guy's way more technically
proficient with that Brian Wilson.
Yeah, not the Beach Boys one, but the good one.
The one that's less insane.
Yeah. So like I think his drumming is a way more like technically proficient than Dusty's was. So I'm kind of curious to see how that's incorporated into their next album, which is always much looked what's the word I look for? It's always on my mind, like when's the next Night Demon album coming? Because they take their time in between albums. So
right, yeah, and obviously because of the pandemic and everything, that's why they took so long, I think, on this. And then they had they released 4 songs in 2020.
Well, yeah, it was 4 songs and 4 B-sides, and then they released the Year of the Demon. No, actually, yeah, it was 4 songs, 4 B-sides, and 1 live with Uli John Roth.
Yeah,
so they released the 5 singles, but actually one of them got lost forever. So I have 4 of the 5 7-inch singles, and that I don't know nobody really knows what happened to the other one. So that sucks. But I have
nobody has a copy of it.
Nope, it got lost from the factory. The shipment did. Like nobody has them. Yep. Yeah,
it's probably in the same country where they send the fucking losing Super Bowl champion shirts to.
So Uganda or something like that.
Yeah. Like, yes, exactly.
I should go on Discogs and see like shit from Uganda. It's like 250 copies of this 7-inch single.
Right? Wouldn't it be weird if it just it's going to be one of those deals. It's going to be 100 years from now.
Yeah.
And some fucker's going to find it.
Yeah.
It's going to be in some fucking warehouse that's sitting around. It's an old abandoned building. It's going to end up being like a new old stock thing.
Right.
And it's going to get released, and it's going to be on 7-inch single. And the crazy fuckers from the future are going to be like, how do you play this?
Yeah.
And they're going to have to go back through old fucking like 19 fucking 60s film strip shit that's being fucking mentally projected into their head.
I'll just leave my instruction manual underneath my player where I keep the manual for mine.
Crosley? No.
No. I don't have a Crosley. I have a audio tape.
I do. I have a Crosley that I don't use for vinyl.
Not the Bluetooth one. But for some reason, it does have a USB on it, which I find still kind of pointless because I don't really burn my records to the computer. So, I mean,
you should though.
The first play, yeah, but I don't. So,
yeah, I mean, you totally should, and maybe you could do first reaction videos.
Yeah.
Like put it into your headphones.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's what there's the next rendition of the next Unsleeved. It's going to be a listen along.
Yeah, I'm good. They can just listen. They can take my word for it and listen to it on their own time. Let's just say
exactly.
But yeah,
dude, that's a pretty solid list for both of us, I think.
Yeah, man. Like I said, it's just the 4th of July. With it's not really one of my favorite holidays, but I do like reminiscing like what it's like to like beat the fucking lobster backs at their own fucking game, and it's like it's pretty cool because like at night you can like sit there and like listen to like the fireworks off in the distance because I live out in the sticks. Everyone shoots fireworks off until about 4 a.m. for some reason, next night too. Sometimes the night before, sometimes the weekend before.
But they're still doing it here.
It's just now. Like fireworks, but like it's cool. Like, what if you were like just like a settler, like way out there, and like the war is going on off in the distance, and you're just hearing like cannons and like musket fire and shit, and that's just kind of like what it sounds like at night. It's like what that would have been like to like just live through it. Like taking it to the fucking tyrants, shit like that. And now the tyrants are in fucking hen house, so I don't know. Maybe we'll have another 4th of July one day, but it'll be totally different reasons. Who knows?
Yes.
Yeah, one never knows. Yeah.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. Hopefully it's not in our time, but
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so next time I think we should do this again, and let's do UK.
Oh, for the 4th of July? Worst UK band?
No. Let's do it. Let's do another top 4 UK bands next time.
Yeah, we could do that. Because
that would be awesome.
Top 4 lobsterback metal bands.
Oh my gosh. Dude.
For those of you who don't know, lobsterback was a term to describe the redcoats when they were fighting them. It was derogatory back in 1776 and probably 1812. But now it's just like a nod to history. So I just think the name is hilarious. I love the fucking name. So if any British people are watching this, name your band Lobsterback, dude. Let's do it. Come on. I will buy your album and shirt and wear it. The shirt has to be red, though.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it has to be red. I'm on the Metal Archives, and I'm just looking just because.
Is there a band called there?
No. Okay. No, there's not. You should do it. You should do it and, like, talk to a few people over there.
Yeah.
And just do it.
Yeah. There's all kinds of themed metal bands. Like there's a Monomarth, there's many like them, but it's like Viking metal theme. There's one called there's a Roman one. I can't remember the name right offhand. There's pirate themed ones. Let's do
your favorite UK band that I know is going to be on your list at number 1 is going to be Witch Hazel.
They dress up like a Templar Knights or priest. But yeah, let's do a themed 1775 era British militia band and just sing songs about like these fucking piece of shit Americans over here not paying their fucking taxes and stuff like that. Like I would totally fucking dig that, dude. That would crack me up to hear songs on that perspective.
Because I watched Dazed and Confused on the Monday of the 3rd, right? Yeah. And I hadn't watched it for about 5 or 6 years, and it's still just as good as I remember it to be.
Sure.
It's just one of those films that sticks with me because I saw it when I was like 10 years old.
Yeah.
And shit. And so at the very beginning of the movie, the history teacher is like, just remember when you're out celebrating in this bicentennial brouhaha that it was all created because of a bunch of slave-owning white aristocrats didn't want to pay their taxes.
Right.
And it's like, shit. Just like now. And then I had a George Carlin moment where I was like, just like now.
Yeah, there you go.
Just like now.
Yeah, just the slavery is a little bit different. Now it's like beholden to like fucking high rent and fucking jobs.
Or a paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
That's modern day slavery.
Yeah, pretty much. High credit, interest rates, shit like that.
Yep.
Well, that's for another time. Not to get too political, but yeah, it's everything comes around full circle. So we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Mark, go ahead.
No, I was going to go ahead and say, dude, thank you for having me on for this again. This has been fucking fun. Yeah, we've got a lot to cover still.
Oh, dude, I have like unlimited ideas. Like every month, it just seems like something comes up that I'm just like, that's a good idea too. Like I haven't remembered that one idea I told you about like last week that I was like, what the fuck was it? I don't remember.
Yeah, I know. I can't
Eventually
remember.
it'll come back up. But yeah, it was a really good idea. But we needed 3 people for it. But I still don't remember what it was. So there's that. But
anyways, dude, thank you. Plugging when are we publishing this?
ASAP, because I am late. I had a lot of stuff come up in the last week.
All right,
that I couldn't get out of. So yeah, we're supposed to be published the first Tuesday, which would have been on the 4th, but it'll probably be published this weekend. So
okay, cool.
The 8th and 9th.
Okay, so yeah, I'll go ahead and say go back in time to Friday the 7th and listen to the Acid Witch episode of the Metal Forge. Go forward in time for whenever you publish this to listen to the
Tom Jordan.
No, Guillermo Miranda from Dieth episode.
Okay.
And then in the far future will be Tom Jordan from 20 Watt Tombstone on the 21st.
Yeah, I'll be on that one too.
Yes, and you will be on that. And obviously, look forward to the Metal Forge Unsleeved at the end of the month. Who has a member of this awesome fucking band shirt that I'm wearing, Temptation's Wings.
Yeah,
Mr. Chad
Barnwell.
Yeah. I think I call him Barnhill in the video. and so he's in that video and it's pretty fucking cool. Yeah. And yeah, I'm digging it. And it's metalforgeradio.com and anywhere you listen to podcasts and metal every day.
Oh, real quick before we go, let me make I guess this will count because the band is in Los Angeles, but the band Persecutor that you had on last week,
yes,
I am a big fan of a couple of the people in that band, which are from Huntress, which was the Jill Janis fronted one. She took her own life several years ago. Yeah. And the band Saviors, which I was surprised that one of those dudes was still around because I haven't heard anything from them in a long time. And I'm a big Saviors fan. So when I heard that, I was like, I need to listen to this album like right now, and I didn't regret it. It's really good. So led by Romanian, whose name will never be known because for reasons, as he explained.
He's the Inhaler.
Yeah, but well, I don't know his real name, but yeah, Vlad the Inhaler from Romania, but the rest of the band is American. So I guess that kind of counts. But yeah, so that was a really good album too.
Count. Huh? I mean, they're based in LA. I mean, just as much as you could say Night didn't count, but I think they count.
Yeah, I would say so. If they're based over here, then it's an American band.
Awesome, dude.
All right, man. Well, just for the inside joke, we are at 1, so let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, everyone. Well, if you enjoyed this, please share it. Don't forget we're on Patreon, flamekeeper.com, or patreon.com/flamekeeper. Yes. Throw us a couple bucks. Get this in every episode early and other perks. And yeah, that's about it for this week. And Metal Forge every Friday, and new Unsleeves coming up pretty soon. Alehorn later on this month, or Mudhorn later on this month. Indiana Jones retrospective. Haven't seen it yet myself, but I've heard things. And we'll just leave it at that.
Is that going to be the show that month? The Mudhorn?
Yeah.
Indiana Jones?
Yeah. Because you've already seen it. I need to go see it, and then we can talk. We can talk through
yes. 5 movies. Damn it, Salah.
All right, Harrison. I'm going to go.
I said, okay.
All right, everyone. Take care. We'll talk to you next time.
See you all.
See you.
Maxwell's House of Music in Jeffersonville, Indiana, is the premier 12,500 square foot music superstore that has served both southern Indiana and Louisville, Kentucky metro area for over 4 decades. Originally founded by Marvin and Beverly Maxwell in the 70s, this gym remains a Maxwell family-owned business. Mark Maxwell, along with his business partner Whitney McNichol, continued the reputation as being the national resource for all things music.
In 2022, the iconic Guitar Emporium of Louisville relocated to Maxwell's Music, creating the largest independently owned showroom in the region. The retail offerings at Maxwell's Music include a huge selection of guitars, basses, amplifiers, effects pedals, modeling amps, keyboards, drums, banjos, mandolins, ukuleles, sound systems, stage lighting equipment, and accessories. The music education program at Maxwell's is second to none. From private instrument and voice lessons to DJ, EDM, recording, songwriting, and music theory to rock school, weekend warriors, and Maxwell's Music Lab, there is something for every age and every ability level.
Down in Repairland, guitar and instrument repairs and refurbishment are taken care of by the Maxwell's team of expert guitar technicians and luthiers. They also do appraisals of instruments as well. Maxwell's offers installations for professional audio, visual, and lighting systems for schools, churches, clubs, VFWs, funeral homes, sports fields, and so much more. There's also rentable space at Maxwell's, from the music practice and rehearsal rooms for the individuals and bands, all the way to a meeting space and concert venue that seats up to 120. That also includes a professional audio, visual, and lighting system and a sound booth. Maxwell's has it all. All this plus original functioning 1947 recording booth to make your own record. Go to the Guitar Hero throne, to the very own Elvis statue, and don't forget the Harmony Green Pocket Park. There's a reason the Maxwell's House of Music in Jeffersonville, Indiana has been recognized by the National Association of Music Merchants as a #1 award-winning best store design, as well as top 100 music store year after year. You gotta see it to believe it. Maxwell's House of Music in Jeffersonville, Indiana. For 45 years and keeping Louisville weird, Electric Ladyland has been there for all your eccentricities. While they do offer the best smoking supplies out on the market today, there's a whole lot more to check out. From ashtrays and blacklight posters, to records, incense and burners, and items to stock your metaphysical supply. They're open from 10 to 10, 7 days a week. Located at 2325 Bardstown Road in Louisville, Kentucky, and at electricladyland420.com. Roll out.